In our busy world where everything is as fast as the speed of light, we struggle and hustle to be seen, to be a voice,
to be heard in the midst of noise.
Is the justice. We need to do what is right. And those who do not learn from history will only repeat the blunders of history till they become history.
one thing is certain: there's always something up. Leadership, culture, trends, politics, religion, education, hospitality, business. One focus every week. Stay updated on the matter.
Welcome to the modern edition of The Matter, reaching you live via the platform of Tito Television Air Studios. My name is Otobasi Tom. Of course, let's do a quick one now. If you're yet to follow our page, quickly hit on the follow button to have unlimited access to all of our exclusive content. Yes, I guess you've done that now. So quickly, on this platform is where we discuss topical issues that cut across all human interests, from entertainment to tourism, politics, education, etc., etc. And the rest, of course, that is going to be done here. And also on this platform, government policies and how it affects everyday people will always be analyzed and overviewed, which of course will serve as a valid feedback to government as to how policies affect everyday people in Akwa Ibom, in Nigeria, and the world over. Of course, that is what we represent and that is what we stand for. My name is Otobas again, and I'll leave you with these catchy headlines that have been trending over the week. And when we come back, the show begins. Stay with us. developments you would want to keep tabs with. Of course, moving ahead to our focus for today, post-election, what's next? Of course, that should be the question bothering every patriotic Nigerian at this moment. After the election, what is next? Let me give you a brief overview on that now. The 2023 general elections brought unprecedented attention to our political system and puts our differences in check. Of course, many have also been working towards restoring relationships around shared hopes and dreams, seeking to get our country refocused on the work of governing and finding common grounds. Well, that is what some people are after, not leaving out the fact that there are so many issues going on with the tribunal, so many petitions that have been filed, and of course the judiciary and of course the judiciary arm of the government will certainly have a tough time this season. So now that the elections are over, what next is the vital question. It's a conversation that allows us to start exploring. Not forgetting our differences, we look for deeper unities we can rest upon and promote, such as inclusiveness, dignity, respect, and freedom, while we explore how common values and a shared desire to solve common problems that might help us move forward together. It is very important at this time. And of course, I will be joined by our guest, our studio guest, who will be joining us much later in the show. But just before then, let's take a quick look at what is happening at the tribunal, the position of the post-election in Nigeria. Take a look.
The 2023 general elections may have come and gone, but the dust is yet to settle as dissatisfaction arising from the conduct of the polls is now channeled to the tribunal, while others are calling for the cancellation of the elections. So far, 5 presidential candidates have petitioned tribunal and 146 National Assembly candidates petitioned tribunals in 12 states. The states where the petitions had been received as of Wednesday includes Edo, Plateau, Ondo, Kwara, Ogun, Bayelsa, Oyo, Osun, Ekiti, Bauchi, Lagos, and Niger. Findings indicate that the defeated candidate had filed 25 petitions in Lagos, 11 in Ogun, and 11 in Niger, while the Election Petition Tribunal in Bauchi State had received 15 petitions. 13 petitions had been filed in Edo, adding to the 10 petitions which were received for the House of Representatives polls, while 3 were received for the senatorial elections. In Oyo, 20 petitions from aggrieved political parties and their candidates in the state. However, no petition has been received for the House of Assembly elections for now, or perhaps before the expiration of the 21 days. Nigerians are set for the battle of weeks as 89 SAN slugged it out at the Presidential Election Tribunal. Over 4,209 election petitions have been filed in Nigeria in the last 6 general elections.
Welcome back. Quite interesting there. And of course, this election, the 2023 election, has so far not broken the record of having more petitions at the tribunal or more persons challenging the outcome of the election, because I know that in 2015 there were a lot of them. But so far the window period is still open for those at the State House of Assembly and the governorship elections. So you never can tell, more petitions could be coming in, and the judiciary will sure have a busy session this time. But I'll be joined here by Mr. Supreme Okpol, a political affairs analyst, who will be doing justice to this and sharing his opinion on the post-election and what is at stake and what should Nigerians be looking at. The big question, what next for Nigerians? Good morning, Mr. Supreme. It's good to have you on this other side.
Yeah, it's always interesting meeting with you.
Yeah.
Happy to be on the show.
Okay, and glad to say that you are our very first guest on the Merton edition of the show.
Wow.
Oh, should I ring a bell?
That's real privilege. Thank you, and I hope that
Indeed. Thank you so much.
Take you to higher heights and then also open doors.
Okay.
better days.
Indeed. That's sure going to be the case. And let's take a look at the post-election situation in Nigeria, both at the presidential level and does that actually challenge the credibility of the elections?
Owing to the fact that general election was conducted and there are issues and grievances that people have registered in the court of law, I believe that they are doing the right thing. Nobody has the monopoly of what is right or what is wrong until the competent court of law give verdict on the same issue, and then everybody will go with the judgment. But for now, they are doing the right thing because the law has specified clearly that if in any case you have any issue or grievances, you should head on to the court and seek for redress of the situation, and then have your voice or your grievances heard and addressed at the same time. So I don't think that they're doing the wrong thing. And moreover, the umpire, to be very specific, INEC, is a major cause of the grievances, because prior to the time of this general election, they had given a general roadmap of how the election will go and the procedures and the conduct of the election. But all of a sudden, we now saw that BVAS and real-time reporting, electronic report of election was not achieved as INEC told us, and they resolved to manual collation and reporting of the result election. So that alone, became a very big question mark.
But the choice was within the confines of INEC to choose either one, whether or not to use the direct electronic transmission or the manual collation. It was within their jurisdiction and the laws binding them to choose which one to use.
Before that time, before the election was conducted, there was an uproar from the general masses asking the same question. INEC assured them that BVAS will transmit election results real time, electronically, that the results will be transmitted electronically. There was no idea or any information given in regards to the election being transmitted or being announced manually until the election proper took place. And as we were just expecting to see the election results being transmitted electronically, what we had in the place of electronic transmitted results was a manual. So it was a shock to the general masses, including me. And then people are now asking questions. So INEC has a big question on that note to answer, because we may not be able to totally be free from error, but to what extent were INEC committed to the process of collating and announcing this election, and to what extent did they ensure that there was no error in the process? As such, people have to head to the court to seek for redress, and then let's review the process again to see if there was error by either omission or commission, and then maybe the court could upturn or uphold what has been done.
Yeah, indeed. The court is the last hope of the common man. But that conversation right now is on what next. What next should be the conversation that should thrive now, because leaders have been elected across party platforms. We've seen the Labour Party that came from nowhere. They have actually secured some seats both at the National Assembly and I think the one in the Abia State, they have a governor from Labour Party and all of that. And in Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Moino actually emerged the winner and was announced by INEC. Of course, he had gotten his certificate of return. And what is very interesting now, the what next situation is, when he appreciated the people and when he received his certificate of return, he actually extended a hand of fellowship to people in other political parties. Do you see other political parties accepting this hand of fellowship?
Yeah, there's no alternative to us than everyone in Nigeria at the federal level and at the state level accepting this hand of fellowship. But one thing must be done. Let the courts be done with their proceedings in regards to the grievances that has been placed or laid before them. And then come May 29, when once the elected persons are corrected, sworn in, and then politics has ended there. Governance begins, because the politics is at the time of who deciding who gets what, when, where, and how, and that was the peak of the election period. So if the politics was, carried out, and at the same time the winner was announced and then affirmed by the competent court of law that the procedures were properly followed, and then as such uphold those elections, then come May 29, when those people are corrected and sworn in, the entire Akwa Ibomite will stand with the governor-elect and then give him support, because the society belongs to all of us.
Let me again use this opportunity to invite my brothers who also aspired and contested for the same position that it has pleased God to entrust me with today, to join me in this great journey of deepening the continuous peace and progress of our dear state. As said in my acceptance speech before, we all ran a good race, but in any contest, a winner must emerge, and it has pleased God to make me the winner for today. I am committed to remaining magnanimous in victory and a governor for all Akwa Ibomites, irrespective of their political affiliations. I like to stretch my hands of fellowship, and we have already started the peace work. We've talked with some political gubernatorial candidates here in this hall. We've already started talking peace, and we want to unite the state. Like I said to some of you, in a class that everyone is qualified, there can only be one class captain. And the job of the class captain really is not to boss people around. The class captain does most of the messy jobs. He will go to bring the teacher to the classroom. He will make sure he collects assignments. He makes sure that the board is clean. He makes sure that the classroom is kept ready. That's the job that God has sent me to do. So I will recognize every other person as my classmate. But please, God has asked me now to be the class captain, and that class captain I intend to be.
Looking at the RI's agenda of Pastor Moino, where do you think the direction of the next administration will be tilting to?
He has made his agenda known to the people, and I believe that his agenda is what he has in mind to implement. But I believe that he should look into various projects that we initiated and were not completed. I think that will give the state a fast boost than initiating a new project. For example, now, I believe His Excellency Udom Emmanuel will not be able to complete the car assembling plant, as at the time he will be leaving the office, and Ibakadif Seaport is still lying. Then Science Park, Tropicana. There are various projects scattered across the state, and I believe that that should be his core focus, because if he's coming on board now and is also initiating new projects, to what extent will we be able to complete this project and then move on to complete the ones that we left on?
Yeah.
Akwa Ibom is in for the celebration of happy hours. And I like to say, happy hours are for hardworking people. Happy hours are for people that have covered a milestone. Happy hours are not meant for lazy people. We are hardworking people in Akwa Ibom. Our youths are hardworking. Our women are hardworking. So we deserve once in a while a good happy hour.
Well, that was Mr. Supreme Okon online there with us in a video chat, and you heard him. It was an interesting conversation there. What next is the feats that we couldn't achieve, those milestones that we couldn't reach, we'll begin to cross them come next administration. And Bible, just like Pastor Moino said, is in for happy hours. And I'm sure you're ready for that. Thank you so much for being a part of this show. It was nice doing it with you. Don't forget that this is coming to you live via the platform of Tito Television and Studios. And if you are yet to follow our page, please click the follow button. Hit the follow button. Hit it. Keep hitting it. Hit it. Hit it. Hit it. Hit it. Of course, and then you will have unlimited access to all our exclusive contents that you can only get on Tito Television and Studios. Thank you so much for being a part of this show. It was nice doing it with you. My name is Otto Basiton.